Hello, and welcome to the Carla Knits podcast. Today is Friday, October 1st. It's finally October, so excited about that. This is episode 28. I am coming to you from Nebraska. This is a podcast about knitting, sometimes crocheting, but always all of the yarny goodness that I love. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as cbcraftygirl. And links for those will be down below, as well as any patterns or yarns projects that I talk about. And we also have a podcast group on Ravelry. So if you'd like to join us there, we'd love to have you. Welcome back to all returning viewers. And if you're new today, thank you so much for stopping by. To start off this episode, I would like to announce the winner of the 500 subscriber giveaway. So that was hosted on YouTube from episode 26, and you just needed to comment either something you liked about fall or something you were looking forward to about fall. And there were many, many wonderful comments. It seems like a lot of people love fall. And I know that's probably my favorite season. It's, yeah, fall and then winter. So I do love fall, and it's feeling like fall here in Nebraska. Cooler temperatures, so it's really nice. So let's get to that comment. I did a YouTube picker comment this morning, and let me just grab it here. The winner of this project bag. So this is a fall project bag, cute pumpkin material, a zippered project bag, good for a small project, with a bright orange inside. So this project bag is going to go to May Joe. So congratulations, May Joe. Her comment, congratulations, Carla, 500 subscribers, awesome. I love fall because it is not too hot nor cold. I like to knit hats, socks, scarflets, mittens, dog sweaters, and trying to knit my first sweater. I hope it's successful for you. The project bag is awesome. Love those fun colors. Continued success with your lovely podcast. I'm always looking forward to your new uploads. Well, thank you so much for your kindness, May Jo. And thank you to all of you who commented. There's one that stuck out to me. Someone is celebrating their anniversary on Mackinac Island in Michigan. So happy anniversary to you. Jeff and I spent part of our honeymoon on Mackinac Island, so that place is very special to us. So I hope you have a wonderful trip, and just all kinds of lovely comments. The leaves, the cooler weather, you know, pumpkin spice, everything. It's definitely knitting time to pull out our hand knits, our sweaters, our socks. So it is a lovely time of year. So I hope you are enjoying your start to fall. So May Jo, if you can send me a message on Ravelry with your mailing address, your full name and mailing address, and I will get this out to you very soon. All right, thank you, and thank you to all who participated. All right, in our Ravelry group, I have an Ask Me Anything thread, and I did have a question this week. Let me pull that up. This is from my friend Colleen with All the Stitches. Do I have that right, Colleen? All the Stitches podcast. She says, hi, Carla. Would you mind sharing what equipment you use to make your videos? The quality is excellent, as is the content. Oh, well, you're sweet, Colleen. Thank you. Okay, guys, I do not have a fancy setup at all. I use my phone. So I am looking at my phone right now, but I do not have it's back facing. So I do not see the video. I do not see myself as I am recording, because I think that would be very distracting. So I just have the back of the phone to me. It is an iPhone. I had to ask my daughter Jenna, what phone do I have? Because I just don't pay attention to those things. But Colleen, I have an iPhone SE 2nd generation. And so I record on that. I do a video on that. And then I I edit it through, oh, what do I do? I use Rimini, I use PixArt, and I do my movie on, I do my editing and my video on iMovie, and I do it all on my phone. So it is not ideal for editing. It's been fine for recording. I think the quality is really good for recording. I hope you guys would agree. I don't have any fancy lights. If I remember, I'll try to insert a picture here. I'm sitting in my basement in front of, you know, what I consider a very beautiful piece of furniture. And I should talk about that at some point. I have just floor lamps, so I don't have any fancy lighting. And my little iPhone is recording. But, you know, I guess if the podcast continues to grow and if things get bigger and bigger, then maybe I would invest in a different type, maybe a laptop or something. It's hard editing on my phone because it's so small and my eyes are getting older. And so I record this and then I try to edit it all on the same day. And by the end of the day, my eyes are going buggy, you know, looking at that small on my phone. But that's what I use, Colleen. So it's nothing fancy, but it sure does work. And I've been really happy, you know, being able to put out these videos. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you for the question. And if anyone else has a question for me, please feel free to ask. It can be about anything. So thank you for that question, Colleen. And let's get into some knitting. So today I have a couple of finished objects. My first finished object is Jeff's Christmas socks. So I am happy to have another, sorry, I'm holding the socks in front of my face. Just let you see those. Isn't that fun? So these are Christmas socks for my husband, Jeff. I knit these out of Regia, Arne and Carlos. The color is 03857. I love that self-patterning yarn. I have used, I think I have done Regia yarn before for him, and they are good wearing socks. So I try to knit Jeff a pair of socks each year for Christmas, and I put them in his stocking because we do stocking stuffers, and a pair of socks fits really well in his stocking. One year I was really ambitious and I made 2 pairs. I don't think that's going to happen this year. It'd be nice, but but I do have this finished pair for him. Yeah, so really excited to have another Christmas gift done. My other finished object is something you haven't seen before, so I made them this week, and I'm definitely wanting to feel all the fall vibes. So I have these darling little pumpkins. Aren't these just the sweetest? So the pattern designer is Corinne Hawari of Hawari Bazaar. She has beautiful hand-dyed yarn too. She has a free pattern for her pumpkins on Ravelry, and it's called Bring It On Pumpkin. But there is a paid-for version on, on Etsy, which has the cabled pumpkins in it. And so, let's see, this is the one I made first. This cute little guy. And this one is called, let's see, I'm just trying to get this right. This is called Plumpkin, I believe. There are many different patterns in that purchased pattern on Etsy. So this one is called Plumpkin. And the yarn I used is Brediculous yarns, and the color is Corn Maize, and this is a chunky weight yarn. So Corn Maize, so perfect for fall. And it just has a cinnamon stick down the center, but even the bottom looks like a little pumpkin. Isn't that sweet? Oh, I just love that. And then this bigger one is called Stacking Pumpkin, and so the cables are slightly different on this one. This one was, well, a 4-stitch cable, and this was a 2-stitch cable. This is also Brediculous yarns, and this is Think Soothing Thoughts colorway. So isn't that fun? Oh, I just think these are so cute. So again, this is a chunky weight yarn. I know on her free version of the pumpkin, she has the chunky weight, and she has a fingering weight yarn. Also included in her paid for pattern is a gourd, just like a big ovalish kind of looking gourd. And then also the gourd that has a little, do you know what I'm trying to do with this? The little hook on the top. So I do hope to make 1 or 2 more. I have 1 more skein of Berdiculous yarn in a really fun autumnal color. This one is called I Smell Children, and I think that's a Hocus Pocus reference. Don't all shout at me now. I've never seen the movie Hocus Pocus. I probably should see it. It would be really fun to see, but I have not seen that movie. So, but I think these some of these are these yarns were references to that movie. So, yes, that is my second finished object. These 2 fun pumpkins. So that is it today for finished objects, but pretty good for this week. So now on to works in progress. If you remember, I cast off my ranunculus and my cinder rose shawl, and so it was fun casting new things on. So I got to cast on those pumpkins this week. And this is my foliage hat. So this is my first work in progress. So this pattern is a free pattern on Ravelry by Irina Dimitrova. I think I have that right. And I hope you can see that beautiful lace detail in there with the leaves. The yarn I am using is Stress Knits, her DK base in the eucalyptus colorway. This is going to be a Christmas gift for my sister Laura. So I'm really enjoying how this is knitting up. This is the second time knitting this hat. And this time is going so much better. I was a fairly new knitter the last time I did this pattern, and I used a cable needle throughout. But now that I know how to do, easy cables, like 2-stitch cable, without a cable needle, I'm using that technique for this. So I am not using the cable needle. It is going so much faster. So I attribute that learning to cable without a cable needle to Gazelle, who I test knit, or she gifted me her pair of socks that had that twisted cable stitch in it, and I learned how to do it through her videos. So thank you for that. That was her first pattern that I did, and now I can't remember what they're called. I'm sorry, Gazelle. But I'm so happy to have learned that technique, because now I can use that in this hat. So it is going really well. I think I have about 8 pattern rows to go before I start the crown decreases. Yeah. All right. My second work, and I guess my only other, no, that's not true. My second work in progress is this fun Halloween sock. I told you I'd be casting this on. Oh, isn't that fun? Oh my goodness. Look at that. This is Night Owl Fibers. This is her Halloween color. This is called Spooky Fun 2021. And I absolutely love how this is knitting up. Oh, that is just so fun. This has definitely been my fun and soothing, relaxing knit this week. I am enjoying the colors on this so very much. So I probably will do, I don't know, a few more color repeats or get it to maybe 7 inches before I do the heel flap and gusset. And she did include a purple mini with her Halloween set. So I will be putting in the purple for the heel flap of the sock. So yes, I'm really happy about this Halloween-y color. It's so much fun. So Night Owl Fibers, and Rachel is the dyer, and she and her mom have a podcast that you should check out. All right, let's see. We are just moving right along. Let's see. Well, I guess I do have one more work in progress, but that's going to go into chatter too. So, so this is chatter time a little bit. I got to go to a yarn tasting last night at Personal Threads Boutique in Omaha, Nebraska. I had never been to a yarn tasting before, and I watch Love and Stitch's Knitty Natty podcast, and she did her own yarn tasting video with this same yarn, and I watched that and I was like, oh, that's really neat. And so then when this yarn store you know, sent an email that they were doing it, I'm like, I think I'm gonna do that. So I went last night, and you got a kit of yarn in this pretty organza bag, and I've already started a project with it. So you got in your bag six yarns of their new fall line. So I will just talk a little bit about these. So you received the bag with the yarns, and so the first yarn I have already knit up. I'm just making a sampler cowl. I saw Natalie do this on her video, and I thought, well, that's a great fun way to do this. So the first yarn I used, I absolutely love, and that is called, this is Albaroco. This is Lucca. This is 50% cashmere and 50% cotton. I'm glad that I had a sample of this because it is a very spendy yarn, so I probably would not be using it, although it would make a lovely sweater, but it's a very spendy yarn, so I don't think I will probably be purchasing it, but it really is lovely to work with. So soft. The next yarn is Berroco Topaz, and you can see that's a kind of a variegated yarn. Let's see if I have the tag for that one. I did, but I don't. Okay, Topaz. That's a 72% wool, 20% alpaca, and 8% nylon. So that yarn came in it. So I'm just continuing on the cowl with that. So I'm just going to be using all of these. And I'm not entirely sure yet the remaining ones what the order will be. This next yarn is called Dolce. Can you see the beautiful halo on that? Oh, it is so pretty. 50% cotton, 20% nylon, 16% alpaca, and 14% wool. And just a little aside here, when I went to the yarn tasting, I brought my bag along. I brought just a project bag along, and I brought this cute bag. This is by Speckled Red, and you know, blues and reds. And so I have, you know, this reddish tone, and now some golds and blues. So it kind of matches pretty good, I'd say. Don't you think? So that was kind of a nice coincidence that it would match my project bag. So Dolce, yeah, that's really soft. This is Ariel. This is a mohair silk, so 65% Super Kid mohair, 35% silk, and this is a variegated silk mohair. So I probably will hold this with a strand of fingering, probably some undyed fingering in the cowl. I could leave it plain and it would just be very airy. I am knitting the cowl on a size 9. So it would be, you know, very see-through and very airy, which is pretty. But I really want to see the color shine. And so I think putting that against a bare yarn is going to make that yarn really see what that yarn looks like. So there's that one. And then this fun shade, I love this shade of blue. This is Remix Chunky. So I know people have, there have been people making sweaters with regular remix. I think Brenda of the Night Owl Fibers podcast knit her Berroco in a Berocco remix. And I think my friend Lois also knit hers in that kind of yarn too. Is that right, Lois? Hello, if you're watching, ladies. So this is Berroco Remix Chunky, and this is recycled yarns. This is 30% nylon, 27% cotton, 24% acrylic, 10% silk, and 9% linen. So no wool in there, but this is a nice yarn. And I love that color. And then the final yarn is Lanas Quick. It's 100% wool, a special blend of South American wools, and that's definitely like a bulky weight. So at the yarn tasting, and Jeff got such a kick out of that. He's like, I don't understand what you're gonna do there. I just don't understand what you're gonna do. So you got the yarn. It came with this cute little sticker. It came with a coupon for a percentage off a pattern in their store. It came with a yarn tasting menu, which talked all about the different yarns. And then it came with their book, which shows, you know, their yarns and shows patterns that you can make in their yarns. So yeah, this is really fun. And they also had many samples on display there, using new yarns or even using some of Berocco's other yarns for us to touch. They passed them around. There were maybe 20 of us there, so it was really fun just seeing how the different yarns were used. And then this is pretty exciting. I won a door prize. So I won 3 skeins of the Berroco Topaz. And I don't see the color. Well, it says 1212. And it's actually the yarn that I'm using right now in the cowl. But 3 skeins of this. And let me show you. I also was gifted the pattern book for this specific yarn. And I do have enough in here to make a shawl. Let me see if I can find a big picture of the shawl. Be patient with me, guys. Let's see. It's here somewhere. I know it is. I know it is. Hang on. Looking through the book. Looking through the book. Oh, yes. Okay. So here is the shawl. So not the colors shown here, but this yarn I was gifted through the door prize. These 3 skeins is enough to make this shawl. So isn't that sweet? And it looks like it's entrelac. I've never tried that, so I don't know. I guess this would be a good time to try it since I have the yarn. But a cute shawl with the fringe. And this yarn is so soft. It is really, really nice. So thank you to Personal Threads for the wonderful yarn tasting and for my door prize. And these colors, the blues and the golds, happen to be our high school in town, their colors, blue and gold. So that's kind of fun and very appropriate for where I live. So we'll see what this becomes, if I use that shawl pattern in there or if it wants to become something else. So I think that is just about it. I know I did want to say one more thing about the project bag, because I did have someone reach out and wanted to know like the dimensions of the project bag. So let me just share with you that I made the project bag and I used a tutorial from Betsy Makes. It's betsymakes.blogspot.com. And I have made several of that pattern in bags. It's a zippered bag, and that was the first pattern, maybe the only pattern that I've used that that I've sewn a zipper into a project bag. So if I can follow that tutorial, then anybody, I think, should be able to follow that tutorial, because when it comes to sewing, I certainly can sew, but I do not consider myself, and yeah, I'm a very beginner sewer, so so that's okay. But I can make some fun project bags. So it's a good tutorial with pictures, product list of what you need. So I did find that very helpful. So if you want to make your own project bag, it doesn't take a whole lot of material. So give it a try and let me know if you do that. Other than that, we have just a little over a week left of sailing time. I don't know if we're really going to get out. It's just been a busy week with lots of things going on here, meetings and things. We did get out sailing last Friday night. We did take a picnic lunch or picnic supper to the lake. And the fall is the time of the year when the birds congregate on the water in big groups. And if you sail too close to them or get too close, they all start taking off. It's really a spectacular sight. So I love this time of year for that, seeing those birds. So maybe we'll get to the lake again. I hope so, before we have to take the boat out. Other than that, I am planning on putting up my fall decorations today. When I was at knitting this Tuesday at the library, Lois and I were both talking, and we both still have our 4th of July decorations up. So I want to put up my fall decorations today. So I am planning to do that. And then I play for church this weekend. So I have 3 church services. So I will be busy practicing and playing for church, and then back to our work week. So with that, I guess that is all I have for you today. I hope that you are all doing well. I hope you are enjoying fall, or if you are in a different season, I hope you are enjoying that, and have lots of fun with your creative makes this week. So I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.